Hello everyone, welcome to Charlie and Marley's Great Discovery Storytime. So I am an indie author, and in support of other indie authors, I have ordered multiple books to read to all of you. I'm going to try and do once a week, but it's probably more like every other week. But I hope you enjoy each and every book that I've selected. I choose books that have positive messages, that are encouraging, they're about friendship and loving your friend, to encourage you to do better and to hope. So, like I said, I hope you enjoy the books. Welcome to Charlie and Marley Great Discovery Storytime, and let's read book one. So book one is called Ricky the Rock That Couldn't Roll, and it's by J. Miletsky and illustrated by Erin Wozniak. Jay, if I botched up your name, I apologize. But this book is very inspiring. It's all about friendship and encouragement, and I think you will all enjoy it. So let's begin. Over the lake and out past the bay was a green grassy hill where the rocks came to play. They would race to the top to take in the view, then roll their way down the way rocks love to do. There were Kip, Pip, and Chester, and Marvin the Boulder. Ignatius played too, though he was much older. And a group called the Pebbles never ever sat still, zigzagging their way up and over the hill. Kai was a meteorite and not from this planet, and Maya was lava, taken for granted. But Stu was the smart one, Parker the clown, and grumpy old Eber rolled round with a frown. Gabby was sassy, Lacey had flair, Emma was giggly, and Hud had black hair. But the one trait that seemed to be shared by them all was that every rock there was shaped like a ball. And because they were round, they could easily roll through the grass, past the lake, and up over the knoll. Except poor Ricky, who quietly sat. You see, Rick couldn't roll because one side was flat. His friends didn't get it. "Come roll," they would chant. So Ricky tried but replied, "I'm sorry, I can't." But the rocks were determined. They were sure they could solve Ricky's flat-sided problem and help him revolve. So Marvin the Boulder, with his impressive physique, carried Rick all the way to the hill's grassy peak. Then they pushed him down the hill, yelling, "Keep rolling, kid, keep rolling." But Rick didn't roll. He just kind of slid. Well, the rocks weren't done, not by a mile. Surely this next try would get Rick to smile. They stuck rubber balls all over Rick, using big gobs of glue to get them to stick. They were proud of themselves. "This will work," they announced. But Ricky still couldn't roll. Now he just sort of bounced. Well, they pushed and they pulled, trying every which way to get Rick to roll, but by the end of the day, nothing had worked. Just like Rick expected. And he ended up feeling depressed and dejected. It's no use, sighed Ricky the Rock. There just isn't a way, so I'll sit off to the side and watch you all play. But his friend wouldn't quit. We're here for you, brother, and we'll get you to rule one way or another. So they pondered and they thought, each straining his brain, till they looked up and saw it started to rain. And that's when it hit that smart stone named Stu. Eureka! He shouted, I know what to do. He explained to them how they would get Rick to tumble. My plan is pure genius. Stu wasn't too humble. So they carried our hero down the road about a mile to the lake where they gathered up mud they could pile. On the flat side of Rick created a mound that they shaped, smooth, and sculpted until it was round. Then after the rain, with the sun in the sky, they left him to bake till the mud was all dry. They gathered up vines and one colorful feather that they wrapped all around Rick to keep it together. When the last knot was tied and the work was all done, the only step left was for Rick to have fun. They stood back and watched, feeling nervous and tense as Rick breathed in deep with increasing suspense. He moved slowly at first, testing out his new mold, and then, for the first time, let's see what happens for the first time. And then, for the first time, Ricky the Rock rolled. The excitement, the joy. So Bria, the ladybug who'd been there from the start, felt a surge of pure joy swell up in her heart. She thought, as she watched her friends play on the hill, that there's always a way if there's always a will. And she said to herself, as Ricky rolled down the slope, when you're surrounded by love, you'll always have hope. The end. I hope you enjoyed Ricky the Rock that couldn't roll with it. It was very positive. The message with friends and the encouragement, that is why I picked and ordered this book, because the messages are great for kids to listen to and for moms and dads to discuss with them after reading the book. So if you liked Ricky the Rock that couldn't roll, it's available on Amazon. And along with Ricky the Rock is one of my books that I've written, and this too is very inspiring. It's about two friendships two best friends that learn the true meaning of friendship, and through the transformation of old and new friendships that they build on the power of positivity. So it's called Change Your Stinking Thinking by Analynn Sardella and illustrated by Daniela Torres. My illustrator, a little fun fact, is when she started with me, she was 13 and a half, turning 14, and she is now 15, turning 16. If I get that wrong, I'm sorry, Daniela. But again, this book too can be ordered on Amazon. So join me, hopefully next week. But if not next week, I will have another video the week after with another cute, inspiring book. Thank you for joining Charlie and Marley's Great Discoveries Storytime. Have a great day.